马上来跟大家分享今天的天气。那个雷马逊台风呢，目前在今天早上2点的天气图上，它其实已经在菲律宾上空了。那预估在今天白天还会通过菲律宾持续往南海的方向前进。那目前在台湾的从雷达回波图上也可以看到，台湾南边其实有一些它的外围环流的回波，已经在台湾南边，在恒春一带呢也有一些零星的回波的出现。所以今天呢，整个恒春可能就要留意有短暂阵雨的状况。那另外台湾其他各地呢，都还是晴到多云的天气哦。不过呢，无后雷阵雨的状况可能会在比前几天还要再更为明显一点。那以上就是今天天气。
We knew that some strengthening, Andrew, was going to occur. We thought maybe equivalent to a strong Category 2 hurricane. But this increased in strength dramatically with just a little time and space to what's equivalent to a Category 3, and it kept that strength well inland for almost 10, well, it's still at Category 3 strength. So that really tells you something. We went and looked back at the history of Haiyan just before its landfall, and it increased dramatically as well. So there's something about the extremely high temperatures in the waters right before this Bicol region in the central Visayas that really helped these two systems to explode. So again, we watched the system. It's just about south of Manila now by 20 kilometers, but they were heeding the warnings. Legazpi took the landfall at 5 p.m. Yesterday we mentioned around 5 p.m. landfall, give or take an hour. These are pictures from Mindanao. Look at the pre-typhoon rains well to the south. The good news is it stayed north of Tacloban. Here is Legazpi. And again, when you look at this entire region, there's a number of landfalls, and there's enough water that these systems can pretty much breathe and keep their strength. But the eye gets lost just south, about 20 kilometers of Manila. So they've been in the rough conditions. They're going to be very close to what is still the center where the winds are the strongest. But if you take a look at the entire path, the typhoon strength winds in red, even tropical storm force winds extend outward somewhat. Sunrise was just about an hour ago almost, so we're just now going to start to see the effects, which could be a little worse than expected. You can see in Sorsogon, this area here, notice this little inlet? That's just enough water, too, to help this thing burst into strength. So Legazpi City gets the rain, gets the strong winds over what we thought a 2-meter storm surge, closer to 3 in a few locations. And you can see up in this area, here's Manila as well, 28 million people are in what is just the typhoon winds alone. That isn't taking consideration the radar. This radar is about 3 hours old now. It just went out of service here. In fact, there it goes. But that system showed the heavy amounts of rain. Well over 260 millimeters. There's more to come. We could easily see another 250 more on top of this. Manila sits in a bowl. 106 millimeters to the Batangas area, over 150. The winds could still kick up. I wouldn't doubt we see maybe a wind gust to 120, 150 kilometers per hour. But when the system leaves, and that's a concern here, and here's why. When we look at the system and you see the eye, the mass of the storm, the strong winds, there's going to be down power lines, there's going to be power outages, flights have been canceled, but it's after the storm, Andrew, leaves Manila when the backflow on the southern flank pushes the water in Manila Bay up into Manila. This is where over a 2-meter storm surge could occur. And as you know, population in many locations economically challenged, to say the least. They don't have the structure and the environment really to take protection.
好，那早上主管有什么要宣达的吗？好，没有，那今天早上到这边结束。